Today on YouTube, we are going to be reading Ride with Thomas. But before we read that, I would like to address something I missed in the last video. So in the last video, we read this, right? Little Angelica goes on a class trip. You'll notice on the front cover, she's pulling what is clearly a covered passenger car, right? Or sorry, covered passenger coach. But then, literally, on like, what? Hold on. The first page? Yeah, literally, on the first page, she's pulling an open wagon. Or no, an open coach. Or an open air coach. What? It's weird. Yeah, she's pulling an open air coach. Which is very, very weird. So, why did they go through the trouble to have her pull a covered passenger coach in the cover, but then they don't here? Maybe it's kind of like a haha funny joke, or it's like, oh, it's a covered passenger coach for the cover of the book, and then as you get into it's not the right page, and then as soon as you open the book, the cover is being taken off because the cover of the book is being opened. Anyway, it's just something I noticed in this book. Anyways, let's get on to Ride with Thomas. Today, Thomas has two important jobs. He must make a pickup at Brendam Docks, and he must refill his water tank at the water station. You mean water tower? Also, wow, this Thomas model is really detailed despite it being the hit promo image. Or the Hits era promo image. Why couldn't the promo images look like this, at least? Anyway. Yeah, he must refill his water tank at the water tower, not station. Now, don't get distracted, Thomas, says Sir Topham Hatt. Brendam Docks water tower, Thomas repeats as he chugs along. Hello, Thomas, whistles Gordon, whooshing by with the express. Hello, Thomas, toots Edward, rolling along with some coal. Oh, and then here is water caps are less pronounced. Interesting. Thomas sees Gordon's Hill and sees Jeremy zoom by. Brendam Docks Water Tower. That's where I'm headed today, Thomas peeps proudly. Brendam Docks Water Tower, Thomas repeats at the top of the hill. He smiles happily at Henry, who is chugging up the other side. But then doesn't acknowledge Spencer or Douglas at all, which is weird. Anyway, soon Thomas arrives at Brendam Docks. Salty gathers freight cars for Thomas, and Cranky lowers the crates. What on earth? Why is Harvey's face like that? Anyway, as Thomas leaves the docks, he sees Neville and Harvey transporting flowers. That reminds Thomas he has another job to do today, but now he can't remember what it is. Thomas sees James picking up passengers to take to Knapford Station. Is Knapford Station my next stop? Wonders Thomas. Across the field, Thomas sees Percy on his way to Maythwaite Station. Really? They mentioned Maythwaite Station in this? Okay, then. Perhaps Maythwaite Station is my next stop, Thomas thinks. Thomas pauses near the water tower to think. Rosie puffs by. Hello, Thomas. Getting some water? Water tower, that's it. Thomas is supposed to fill his water tank. Thank you, Rosie. Thomas peeps gratefully. Oh yeah, this is when Rosie was still in that unrealistic pink color that I do not like. However, her face is very Season 1 inspired, in my opinion. Anyway. After Thomas refills his water tank, he and Rosie ride to Knapford Station together. That does not look like Knapford Station at all. It's great to be an engine. I see what they did there, referencing the classic series. Or the other, yeah, the Britt Hallcroft, David Mitton era, 'cause it's supposed to be the, I guess, hit entertainment era. Anyway. It's great to be an engine, Thomas says, especially with so many really useful friends. Here are the other franchises you can get with I guess Me Reader, I think that's what that's called. Yeah. Now, the book that I picked this up at, I actually saw both the Monsters, Inc. and Toy Story 3 ones, I think. Anyway. Saw the Disney, because all these are Disney, fittingly enough. So I saw all the Disney, or I saw, like, this one and this one. I think I saw that one, too, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Anyway, but yeah, I found this Thomas one. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to y'all later.